own again. Na truth he talk. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wetin make us come dey fight now?
When see our guy dey talk so, it makes sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. When they fight, they prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want. It takes peace to experience more. Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information. My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetables every day, and if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
Let's go! No. Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go end? Bros, calm down. I know say it be like see all of us the verse now, but more will not say any damage what we they cause now to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we they talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter where we get as our own, now where we go call our own again? Na truth talk. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wetin make us come dey fight now?
When see our guy dey talk so, it makes sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. When they fight, they prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want. It takes peace to experience more. Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
right, you welcome back, and in case you're just joining us, it's Monday's edition of the Top Live television program Morning Live. And we are being joined right about now by the chairman of the Civil Service Society, Delta State Civil Service Union, and also the chairman of the Joint Negotiating Council,
Delta State.
JNC, Delta State,
Yes.
Chief
Comrade.
A
A photo.
Benson, a photo.
Denodo.
There's another affiliate again. I'm also supposed to put
JP.
No, not even JP. Mr. Integrity.
Mr. Integrity.
You know why I said that?
Yes.
He returned about 98 million.
What?
That
Yes,
was,
I remember him. I remember him when he
that
came.
was
We
paid
gave him.
into his
Wow.
account.
Mm.
You know,
He
I'm
deserves a clapping offering
So-
and standing ovation and all these beautiful things.
So
Honestly.
we keep giving him that recognition as Mr. Integrity. Because not everybody that will do that. So just Japa.
So Jackpa now.
So go and marry more wives. All right, so comrade, we'd like to welcome you to the studio this morning, and we feel you are in the better position as the man who did the negotiation with the government. That's why the chairman of the Joint Negotiation Council, JNC Delta State, which is a very major integral part as far as the civil service union is concerned. So quickly, there has been mixed reactions here and there. 77,000 is what
500.
is what the state governor said he would pay. Some states said he would pay 80, some said he would pay 85. From your own perspective, 85, 80 would have just been also a good value for us.
Okay, let me greet you and respond first. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Pleased to be here, and I'm pleased to be in your midst. Well, when you said the Delta State government is paying 77,500, why other states are what?
Paying 80,
85. You see, actually, before this minimum wage before the chart is out, if you look it very well before the chart is out, the Delta State government called the labor leaders that he doesn't want the civil servant to be so, that he wants to push it before that. Let them implement the minimum wage. They called. Committee was set up, and the SAG, Honorable Emo, was in charge of that committee, was the chairman. And we sat at the end of the day. We told them that there's no shot there, and we postponed the negotiation team to further notice. But that alone will tell you that the government is sincere and ready to pay the minimum wage. Now, when the minimum wage, when the chart is out, the government still call. Before we even wrote, they have called. We show the sincerity of the government. They call that, see, what is happening? All this area is not the best. Let him pay the minimum wage so that everybody will have peace and rest. We went for a meeting again. At the end of the day, at that time we went for the negotiation team meeting. Let me tell you, no state, I repeat, no state has called its labor leaders for a meeting then. It was the Delta State government that opened negotiation with labor. And when we did the negotiation, at that time it was 70,000 minimum wage, which all of you knew that the federal has released in the chart. But actually, because of the percentage they use in working it, that is what brings the 77,500, which means the additional 7,500 because of the percentage. If not for the fact of the percentage, it's supposed to be 70,000. But the percentage attached, if you work it with the percentage, it now lift you up to lift the salary to 77,500. Now, other states, according to you, see other states is paying 85, 80, fine. But before those states, when those states are paying 80 and 85. So they have not paid you. Maybe they went to occasion. In occasion, they declared that they want to pay 85,000. Some of them have not sat down with the labor leaders and even discussed on one-on-one whether they will pay or not. It has not been done. Only hearing in television and news that this governor want to pay 85, this governor want to pay 80. But they have not really sat to discuss with the labor leader. But if you look Delta State government, I'm not that I'm wholly fought for them or I'm trying to praise Delta State government. I'm upright man and I say it is. That is me for you. If you look at it critically, you will see that when the negotiator is on, the highest money there is 77,500. Yes, that was, in fact, people were happy. And we told the government, the
That
team.
was the highest for Delta State.
That is the highest for the national chart.
Oh, they have Lagos, say for instance.
No, national chart.
National chart.
Yes, the national chart is 77,500.
Okay, national chart.
Yes,
Like federal.
and we adopted and we told the government, the committee, that we are going to adopt the national chart. That nothing less, nothing more.
Can be more.
No, wait. We didn't know that all these things coming up. We said we should adopt the national chart.
Okay.
And really we adopted the national chart. But when other states find out that Delta State have adopted, it is then they started coming with their own 85.
But those states, for instance, started the minimum wage 70. Even before it was announced.
Okay. Those states started with 70,000 for minimum wage. Fine. The reason why it started with 70,000, me and you knows it. The election is around the corner. And it's looking for political. Yes, it's looking for soft landing.
Unfortunately.
Yes, soft landing from the worker side. But sometimes you don't do things because of election. You do these things down so that when the election comes, you answer this man without election is doing it. That's what the governor is doing now. You see now?
Yes.
So, and if you look at the state money, they are not paid the real money. The 70,000 is not inside. It not reflects. It not reflects in the basic.
The basic.
It's only areas. So
yes.
They are shortchanging them.
Now that you are talking about reflection now.
He said it's only in areas that they are being shortchanged.
They are shortchanged, yes.
So I mean, yesterday the salary came, and of course the much anticipated minimum wage salary for the month of October came for some people. Some have not gotten theirs yet, and for some people, for some workers, they feel like, what is this? Like a drop of water in an ocean. Like, because a lot of school of thought, so many mathematicians came out to calculate. Some said, oh, if your salary was 74,000, for instance, and then they will add the 70,000, and then add housing, feeding, and then they calculated. In fact, we saw so many charts.
So you should tell us.
So please tell us, what's the situation? Because is it that they are just testing the microphone or testing, the payment system, or that is what we saw yesterday was what we're going to be saying going forward?
The perimeters now.
Yes.
The truth is that I told you now that this minimum wage was calculated with percentage. You don't just say 77,000 will enter. Some 77,000 enter. Some above entered.
Is it by level?
It's by level. Level 1, step 1. Because you that is in level 1, step 1, you cannot take the same thing with level 1, step 5 or 6. Or you that is level 1, step 5 cannot take the same thing with level 7, step 5. So it is the percent. That is why the percentage came in. That's why the percentage came in, and the percentage favor the workers.
Favored us.
Yes, it favors us. If we don't use the percentage, it would have favored us. It favored us.
So what we saw yesterday.
Yes, what you saw yesterday is a good chart, because notice chart full of it. It is what we have agreed the government.
How about the arrears?
Because
How about the arrears?
no, in the aspect of the arrears, we make it clear that will be discussed in a later date. because the governor was so eager that he wanted the money to be paid in this October.
So why are you postponing the discussion, sir?
No, even as I'm talking to you now, the permanent secretaries and the head of service have not even been discussed. Because if we bring all those into it, it will lead to delay in implementation of the minimum wage for the workers. And the governor said he doesn't want the civil servant to suffer. That he wants to uplift the suffering of the masses. How do you do it? Can you continue to be negotiating from now till? Supposing we started negotiating from then till today, will you enter the salary? We will not enter the salary.
So you resume negotiation now for the arrears?
No, for now, let them continue pay first.
Hey.
Yes, we want to observe the payment. Let us continue paying. After the paying, we know what to do.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, sir, I don't know who you are following. I'm also aware that the federal government has also started implementation of the salary by way of
Minimum wage.
the minimum wage.
Yes.
Okay, and that was the chart that you used.
Yes.
Okay, are there any plans for the federal government to pay arrears? Because I heard, for example, in the federal school, federal college, what they had was 40,000 naira across board.
See, that 40,000 naira which the federal government paid across board from level 1 to level 7 to even permanent secretary of service, it just used to cushion the effect at that time. At that time, this minimum was supposed to take effect by September, but they failed to implement it at the national level. So that's why the federal government used it to cushion the effect of the workers. Then, not that it is a minimum wage.
Okay, so they're going to work it out now.
They have worked it. It's not going to be worked. It's already worked out. It was the chart of the national we
That we
implemented.
adopted.
So it's the same thing. We adopted the chart.
Okay.
We just adopt. We adopt and implement, and that is what the state government did. So we are not. No, national is not going to produce another chart again. That's the chart. So if any state is paying maybe 85, 80, it's on their personal relationship with their workers and their personal interests.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, sir, I don't know. I heard also from the grapevine as somebody who also digs into investigative journalism that even before now, the minimum wage that were being shortchanged in the previous
Yes.
one. It was just when all of this new implementation came up that brief came. Except otherwise, a lot of people didn't even know that the estimated 30,000 naira was
You don't
not
get it.
even,
28.
what we were getting was 28. So, I hope we are not going to experience
Let me tell you the reason of that. When we implement, I was the secretary of JNC then. When in 2019, minimum wage, is it not so?
Yes, sir.
I was the secretary of JNC, and I'm in part of the committee. The state government adopted the 30,000 minimum wage then, which is His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi Okoh regime. He adopted the 30,000 naira then. But where the issue comes is not that one. It's the previous one. That is 2014. We know there's a minimum with 2014 before 2019. In that 2014, there was a shortfall there. So in that negotiation table, we even discussed it there. Myself, the TUC chairman Bolom, and the NLC chairman, Comrade Chief Ofobuku, we discussed it then that no, CC, Ofobuku draw the attention out. And at the end of the day, because of what I'm just saying now, that if we continue dragging feet, this money will not be paid by now. Maybe we'll be talking that, area, this one, the PSO, head of service. So at the end of the day, we should be discussing, and the civil servant are suffering. Government say, go ahead with the payment. That is what happened then.
The same go ahead with the payment is what happened now.
What happened then? I'm trying to play now. In 2014, there was a shortfall in 2014.
Yes.
In 2019, we wanted to correct the analysis. But at the end of the day, they told us we should come after 3 months' time.
Until date.
After 3 months' time, that is what Nigeria factors. So that will keep up. But in this 2024, everything is corrected. That's why we adopted the chart. So whatever federal is paying is what the state is paying now. So we, for now, The government is not changing us. Delta State government is not changing
So
us.
you're saying that
paying the
it's
same
not,
thing.
are they paying the 77,500 or they are paying 70,000? Which?
Delta State government is paying 77,500 naira for level 1, step 1.
Level 8, you call level 12.
It has a chart. Go and multiply and
Okay,
divide.
from level 1
Yes.
till.
You go
probably
and multiply
70.
with your percentage, you see what enters.
So you okay? Can you just give us, for example, now, for the benefit of someone like me who is more like a layman? I don't know for her.
Me too.
Can you just
Are you a layman?
can you just give us an example? For example, 70,000 for level 1.
77.
So
77,000.
500.
okay, what would level 2 take? You said
Yes.
percentage divided by.
Is it no? When level 1 step 1 takes 77,500.
500. Yeah.
If you see the chart, there is a step from step 1 to step 2. You will see amount of the step there. For step 3 to step 2 to 3, you see the amount of step there. It's just like when you are not due for promotion, and you are in you are in a level 12 step 4, and in the next year the government give you step. That step will be added during your salary. That step, if you see, it will be added. But if you see the beauty of it, if you see the step now, the step is very, very. That is the beauty of this negotiation.
Yes, sir, but the charts, is it just for you people's consumption? Can it not be made public? Let's see.
It's public. I sent the chart to admin forum. We placed it in my WhatsApp page.
The one I saw was annual.
Annual. You will not divide it by 12.
I don't know my.
When you
maths.
divide that money by 12, you see what you take in a month.
Oh really?
Yes. When we did it self, in one of my charts, we divided, we put it we divided it within ourselves before we went to negotiation. We divided it among ourselves. NSC chairman of Obuku divided it and he shared it to everybody.
Okay, so as a chief negotiating council chairman, because you play a very major role, PBAT, that's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as part of implementing the way he said, we are not going to be running 5 years any longer. Every 3 years. Is it really possible that in 2 years from now, there's going to be an
okay.
review?
Thank you very much. You see, this minimum wage you are seeing is a law. It's a law that empowers it for every 5 years. And as I'm talking to you now, they have reviewed it from 5 years to 3 years. Even labor hold for 2 years. It just on a clip again. You cannot get all. Give and let's leave and let's leave. That is why we agreed on that 3 years. And that 3 years, as I'm talking to you, it has been signed and passed into law. It's not what we're going to negotiate with. What are we even expecting for you that maybe next time it's going to be 2 years, not 3 years. That's what I'm trying to say. Because every day things started skyrocketing. And if we continue for that 5 years, you find out that civil servants are suffering. But we don't have business, we don't have what we have.
Even with this
Only the salary we have, we don't have business.
Exactly.
If we say we want to do a Greek, there's not much money for Greek.
And there's no time for it.
No, even if you close, you can employ people to do it, but the money involved. I would have advised that if government can look to the farmers and assist the civil servants, so that civil servants will go into farming to reduce the tension of this hardship.
So that instead of working for 5 days, you work for 3 days.
3 days.
No.
Too.
I'm not talking of that 3 days or 5 days. What I'm not talking of 3 days, 5 days. What actually Saturday, Sunday is enough for you to take off your farm.
Sunday, sir.
Yes, you don't go to farm every day. So Saturday, Sunday is enough to take your farm. The only thing is capital. If the government can assist the civil servant with capital, with money,
not loan. No. We don't need
we can go to extent. The only thing civil servant can do is farming. So that even they don't even say, if it's for only consuming, let them consume very well. Not be going to market and use money to buy, because the civil servant have no money again. Even this is what they paid now, they are still complaining.
Thank you, sir.
So
because that is bringing us to the issue of the cooperative.
Yes, cooperative.
Because we begin to see a lot of people when they apply for a loan facility, They'll tell you minimum wage.
And now that it came, oh my gosh.
They'll tell you minimum wage.
It's
and
coming.
many of them scaled through because
you were anticipating.
They are hoping of being what okay.
and because we also had that bit of human kindness to say, okay, this guy is under pressure.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to the minimum wage. Let's give him a soft landing.
Yes.
Now the soft landing has come. So what are we looking at?
You see, I can tell you categorically that even before the minimum wage, most of the civil servants, they are already bankrupt. And they've used all their money to take loan from the cooperative and charge sharp. Sometimes when we enter secretariat, the way the people will come, hey, please, transport fare. They don't ask for big money, just transport fare to over. I never eat. I felt very embarrassed. So I'm praying that this minimum will come. Since it comes now, I will advise every civil servant not to use this money to go and take loan again, because if you are already on 2,000 naira for take home or 5,000 naira, 500, 1,005, as the case may be, I will advise every civil servant this money that this new minimum wage that just enter is what they are not taking. Is what they are taking as their take home now.
Yes.
I'm telling you today.
Yes.
And I will try to reach all the president of the cooperative. I'll tell you the truth. If a civil servant is running on loan previously and he has no money and his money is just only 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira, as the case may be, and this minimum wage don't enter, they should not give loan to such civil servant so that he cannot bother with this new minimum wage, because if he does it, he will fall back to the previous level he or she.
What if he uses that money to go into farming or business?
No, you can't use that money to farm. You see, as a civil servant, you must have something you take home at the end of the month. And when you are coming to work, if there's no money in your salary, you don't have salary. When you are coming, you become boring. I can't work. At the end of the month, I don't have salary. I just only 500 naira to take. You see, they started going into different places. But if your salary, like this 77,000 is there for you now,
yes,
or 80,000, as the case may be, some people may even get 100 or something.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth. Depending on your level.
Yes.
And if you have it, you see that morale, that work, that instinct, that pride. Let me go to my office.
That's
will be there.
That's true.
So I don't want. I will try to address all the president of the cooperative
stop giving
in Delta State. Yes, that those people already involved who have used their salary to collect loan previously, and they have only 2,000 or 1,000 naira to go on with. Now that the state government are able to implement this new minimum wage for Delta State workers, they should not give such person any loan for now. For now, pending when they have paid their previous loan they have taken. Yes, because you cannot take loan upon loan. It makes you a financial embarrassment, and financial embarrassment is not good for any civil servant. And I know government uses servicing somebody's salary. Yes, we know, because if you are government is paying bank, is paying that, at the end of it, you are taking only 500 naira. And maybe government is paying 2,000, 1,000 naira for your charges or this one. Is it not waste? It's waste. So that is why we try to encourage civil servants to leave money in the account, to leave money in the
for their own benefit.
Yes, for their benefit. For our, including myself, I'm a civil servant. We should leave money. We should not just
sometimes it's not easy though, but yes, it's a good advice. It's a good advice.
If you just see if you just see 100,000 your payslip, you go and take loan. If you just see it, no, we know all of us, we don't have money. We are strongly, but that money you take at the end of the month, you can buy one basket of rice, beans. Oh yeah, it will sustain the family.
I agree.
It will sustain. But when you take the loan once spirit will come, I'm going to use it. By the time you know the money is finished, what do? You start afresh. It's not encouraging. Please, I'm begging the civil servant.
What of those who probably desire to have a second wife, and they feel the only way they can do that is to go to the cooperative because they need peace. So not encourage
as
it to,
as
because that's an asset.
as I'm here now, I'm a chief, and I'm a palace chief, and somebody said that chiefs don't go with one wife. Abi? But as I'm here, I'm with one wife. My wife is good to me, good to her. He's a civil servant. He's even union leader in NUT. He's a teacher.
Wow.
He's a executive in the NUT in his local government where he was working. You don't expect me to go and take a second wife when I've not taken care of the one my children. I'm not able to train my children. It's not
The way
fair.
you would.
Yes,
or
it's not
want.
fair. Civil servants should sow their good according to their materials.
That's right.
Yes, it should not go above the essence. Because you see a businessman taking 3 wives, you want to go and take 3 wives. What is your income? You measure your income before you go ahead with whatever you want to do. You don't just go into it because people are doing it. Myself, I'm contented with my salary. I can manage it the way I want to manage it. I know it's not enough, but what do I do? It's a law that empowers the salary. You cannot increase your own and leave other people own. That's how it is. So, I would like you to thank Chief Comrade Fobuku and Bulom. You see, Comrade Bulom, the TUC chairman and also the association chairman, and Comrade Chief Fobuku, good luck. He is the deputy president of Medical and Health Worker National and also the chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress Delta State. Why I say we should thank them is that you see this minimum wage is not one man issue. If one person handle it, there will be a flop. Ofobuku play a very vital role. I'm telling you, I have to confess. Ofobuku, yes, he played a very vital role. A very vital role. I know I'm the chairman of JNC, but Ofobuku played a very vital role. I know I'm saying it because when somebody try to appreciate the person, what he did. And we work as a synergy. 3 of us work as a synergy. Myself, Ofobuku and Bolo. We work as a synergy to say that the minimum wage come to true. And come to look at it. The Delta State government make things very easy for us. Yes, I've never seen this since I've been negotiating minimum wage. I'm telling you the truth. Not that I'm trying to paint the government or this or that. No. I've never seen here a governor will say he wants it to be paid. That please, all those long negotiations. No. He want to be paid that the civil servant and so. I've never seen it. I've been negotiating ever since. And come to look of it, the Commissioner for Finance, Honorable Tiliji, and the SLG, Kislemu, even the head of service, including all the panel, the private secretary to the governor, everybody that the PS, head of service, PS establishment, and pension, Olubukolo, Ojeblemu, all of us, all of them, they tried. You see, they didn't give anybody stress, especially Kislemu, who is the chairman of the committee, and Teliji. They didn't give us stress as much. They only tried to just say it. Even when we enter, they say, we should give kudos to the government. As we enter, they say we should give kudos to the governor. Have you seen that? Before negotiation, governor have already want to approve money. Have you seen? Even when they will still like to push our leg. Say, this is, but at the end, they give up and they say, implement, adopt and implement. This is the first time we observe this adopt and implement the new minimum wage. So in fact, I want you to give kudos to the governor and to Ofobuku, Bolo, and everybody in the negotiation
and
team.
to you too.
We try. And to me.
And to us too, because
And to you people,
we kept screaming. We kept screaming. Uche, is it not? We kept screaming here that we are dying.
You see. Let me tell you. I make one reference that I say, Edo State paid 70,000 then. It not even reflects the basic. It's just the areas. And when we went to Lagos this month, we were in Lagos for the implementation of this minimum wage, and we told the chairman of Edo State, the JNC chairman, and those who came, that they should go and recycle and negotiate that money. That we labor leader, we are not going to accept that for you to stay because the people are suffering. Go and negotiate. And he told me that they've written a letter and they're about to start. Yes, they're about to start that negotiation right now in Edo State. So we thank God that our own is different. And let me tell you another thing. I told that Edo State government, he did it for political reason. But you can see that the Delta State government, it doesn't have election to contest now, and yet he did such a thing. That is why I try to raise. Not what they say nobody praise
that's the right thing to do.
Yes, he did the right thing. He is not contesting election. The election will come in 3 years plus, 3 years time, and yet he did it. It did not stress us. Supposing it stress us, I'll tell you the truth. We will still be negotiating the money by now. Yes, so suppose it stress us, we would have round up. But now, thank God, he did not stress us. He made this easy for us. And at the end of the day, all civil servant can smile. Yesterday was the secretary. They were praising, thank you, chairman, thank you this, thank you that. They were praising everybody. They were happy when they see the money. Even if it's 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, 100,000, civil servants always please. So I thank you very much.
Okay, I thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Thank you very much.
Chief Comrade Benson
Photo
Dinedu, and JP, Mr. Integrity, Chairman of the Civil Service Union, and also the Chairman of the Joint Negotiating Council, JNC, all of Delta State. He's spoken to the conversation and he has come at the right time. And all civil servants are happy, although I have not seen my own, but then I know it has also added because the indebtedness is not here. Thank God for all of that. So thank you so much, sir, for coming.
Thank you.
You came under a very tight schedule. You're on your way.
I'm going to Port Harcourt for JNC meeting now. As I'm living here, I've only booked. I'm going straight to Port Harcourt for the JNC and for the maintenance of the workers.
That's true.
All right, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking cyber security. Morning Ride, Tuesday's edition. Let's go.
Thank you very much.
Efe, you see, maintaining peace and security in Delta State remains a priority for the Governor Sheriff Oberewori-led administration.
It's clear for everyone to see that the Governor Sheriff-led administration is focused on promoting the well-being of all Deltans. Did you know that the Delta State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme currently caters to over 1,995,816 enrollees?
My God, no wonder Dr. Ifeanyi Oswaza is said that Governor Sheriff is staying committed to delivering the more agenda to Deltans.
Yes, you can say that again. Are you aware that Governor Sheriff Oberewori's administration has also taken significant steps to ease land acquisition as a strategy to mitigate Nigerians' housing deficits?
Governor Sheriff, very impressive. He's not just focusing on one area, maybe just health or peace and security. Is making sure that all areas experience the more agenda. Even when the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, inaugurated the completed Okpanami-Busa bypass, he said he was particularly impressed with the performances of Governor Oberewori in 1 year of his administration.
Of course, it is clear now that the Governor Sheriff Infrastructural Development is creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Ahead of a lady by the name Doris Uzo, who relocated her business to the bypass area, and she's doing very well.
Talking about the bypass, Governor Sheriff did a very good one there. The 5.3 kilometer road.
And 10.6 kilometer length of drain.
Yes, so from Mori now. I didn't need to drive through those distance Coca area. I just took this shortcut, you know.
Hey, you know what born your friend now? I know you. You get money, but you know what spend them.
Governor Sheriff don't do road. Make I still waste fuel. Don't be your fault. My Sheriff will do road for you. You don't see how that. Governor Sheriff putting smiles on the faces of Deltas.
So we are very happy because our governor is working so hard.
New sheriff in town. You do very, very well. Delta State.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information. My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C, and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium, and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetable every day. And if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
Efe, you see, maintaining peace and security in Delta State remains a priority for the Governor Sheriff Oberewori-led administration.
It's clear for everyone to see that the Governor Sheriff-led administration is focused on promoting the well-being of all Deltans. Did you know that the Delta State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme currently caters to over 1,995,816 enrollees?
My God, no wonder Dr. Ifeanyi Oswaza is said that Governor Sheriff is staying committed to delivering the more agenda to Deltans.
Yes, you can say that again. Are you aware that Governor Sheriff Oberewori's administration has also taken significant steps to ease land acquisition as a strategy to mitigate Nigerians' housing deficits?
Governor Sheriff, very impressive. He's not just focusing on one area, maybe just health or peace and security. He's making sure that all areas experience the more agenda. Even when the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, inaugurated the completed Okpanamibo, he said he was particularly impressed with the performances of Governor Oberewori in 1 year of his administration.
Of course, it is clear now that the Governor Sheriff Infrastructural Development is creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Ahead of a lady by the name Doris Uzo, who relocated her business to the bypass area, and she's doing very well.
Talking about the bypass, Governor Sheriff did a very good one there. The 5.3 kilometer road.
And 10.6 kilometer length of drains.
Yes. Coming from Mori now, I didn't need to drive through those distance Coca area. I just took this shortcut, you know.
Hey, you know what born your friend now? I know you. You get money, but you know what spend them.
Governor Sheriff don't do road. Make I still waste fuel. Don't be your fault. My Sheriff will do road for you. You don't see how that. Governor Sheriff putting smiles on the faces of Deltans.
So we are very happy because our governor is working so hard.
New sheriff in town. You do very, very well. Delta State.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything wey dey give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium and folic acid. You see, food wey contain vegetables and fruit dey help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetable every day. And if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit wey you like together to make sweet drink wey oyibo dey call smoothie. Na the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information na im bring una this message.
Welcome back and in case you just joined us. It's Morning Drive, Tuesdays message. And we opened up our TV set this morning. We told you that the United Nations has sent the 29th of October every year to celebrate, or rather to educate the populace on stroke, which is becoming, they call it the pidgin parlance, drop and fall down and die and all of that. Some people actually come out of it, and some don't really come out of it. So we're going to be speaking to that compliment this morning on stroke, World Stroke Day, and we have to get. We'd like to welcome you to our studio.
Welcome.
And Dr. Yusuf Yakubu, also from the neurologist unit of the Federal Medical Center.
Thank you very
We'd like to welcome you to our studio.
Thank you so much.
So today it's World Stroke Day, a day set aside by the United Nations. And, it's just important that as part of content for advocacy, there is a need, to actually speak to that component again. So it's moving like speed, almost on per second per billion, So I want the head neurologist now to speak to that quickly before we get to the team. Can you speak on stroke?
Thank you very much. Why we are here today is because of the global burden of stroke. Stroke has virtually affected everybody, every family. There's no virtually any family that will say that you don't know somebody who has stroke. Now, WHO, that's World Stroke Organization, 2006, think it fit to establish this 29th of October every year to celebrate and to educate people on the importance of stroke and prevention. Why? Because of the body. It is documented that about 5.5 million of people die every year from stroke. It causes making stroke to be the second leading cause of death worldwide after heart disease. It was also found out that 43.7 million loss of this disability adjusted life years every year. Okay. Now, 50% of stroke survivors are left with what we call chronic disabilities, making stroke the leading cause of disability worldwide. And what is the global economic impact of stroke? It's also found out that stroke will cost about $900 billion every year to the economy. So it's a global body. So everybody needs to put his hand to see to reverse the trend of the body of stroke.
So now that we're celebrating, is it Dr. Yusuf?
Yes,
Yakubu now. Yeah. So this year's theme, trying to get the theme for this year's celebration, which is greater than stroke, active challenge.
Yes.
I think they're trying to tell us to exercise more. That's what the thing is focused on. So, what type of exercise should we now be involved in to avoid stroke? Do you think there are exercises that we should, involve in to avoid stroke?
Okay, thank you very much for that question.
Going by the theme.
Yes, I just want to also say something that the theme for this year is just one component, but the prevention of stroke is multidimensional.
Okay.
But we this year decided to bring out the active lifestyle and bring the exercise. Now we always encourage people that they should do their regular exercise, which is the brisk walking, or jogging, or skipping. And of course, exercise has no respect for age. Even if you are 80, you can still be doing some little exercise. You walk around your compound as much as possible. We're trying to discourage sedentary lifestyle. The benefit of exercise is that it actually helps to improve the flow of blood. And of course, when there's an improvement in the flow of blood, it circulates everywhere, and the brain too will get its own blood through which you get the nutrient necessary for the brain to optimally function. We have observed that many people, they are not engaged in regular exercise, which is what we are trying to encourage people to do.
Okay, I like to, I think I love that because human beings, or rather, too many people are so sedentary in their lifestyle, more like triangular, from the church, or rather from the house to the workplace, church and back home, and so they seldom have time to do some of these exercises. So don't you think there should be high level of advocacy and sensitization, telling the general public on the need and importance, for us to make it part of our existence now? Because before now, many people, like my father, I don't think he ever thought of exercise one day.
And he never had stroke.
No, he had. Later, and it's not as if he was indulged in any of all of his
sedentary
attitude that you say they can eat. And it was a lesson for everyone. Can you speak to that?
Okay, so how we hope to disseminate this information and exercises? Number one, we're doing that already now through media. But the other aspect that we can now take this thing to is that we can actually take this thing to where we have got a partisan, take it to the market. And just like what we rightly said earlier, that the lifestyle of people is like a triangular ways of, in fact, you skip the aspect of the car. People enter their car. But we encourage people that even in the marketplace, when a customer come around to buy something, don't just sit and point, pick it up. That is number one. Then you have to make a conscious effort, deliberate. Like I always tell people, do exercise based on what you can tolerate, and you start small. You build capacity. From capacity, you build an endurance. But for you to achieve this, one of the things you need to do first is consistency. So what I encourage is that even people like you, when you come to a place of work like this early in the morning, before you sit down, I can encourage you, if you have to resume work by 8 o'clock, maybe by 7:30 you are around, you can take a walk around this place. It's big enough. as simple as that thing looks like, it has a positive impact on your health. That is why when you see our aged people at home, they tend to have waist pain. They tend to have knee pain because they are not engaging it in mobility.
Oh.
Yes. So,
Okay, let me come to Dr. Ima. Yes, Dr. Ima. First of all, we started this conversation from the world we're observing World Stroke Day today, and then we looked at the thing. Now let's come back. What is stroke and what causes stroke?
Well, for the purposes of the general public, when you have stroke, it's like stroke.
Stroke.
It's sudden.
Oh, okay.
It's sudden. You understand? That is where the word is trivial. Okay. But we have found out that though it's a sudden medical emergency, events that will lead to stroke are there. That's why we are talking about recognizing the risk factor. Okay. So it's a sudden event, but the event that leads to it has already occurred. And somebody has the blood pressure that has been there, diabetes that has been there, people who have chronic cigarette smoking, people who are living sedentary lifestyle, and all.
Who are smoking?
Smokers, alcohol, diabetes, and hypertension. High blood pressure.
Because I've seen people who don't smoke, they don't drink, and yet
yes, that is why you look at the whole risk factor. Okay. You understand? You identify the one you have to take care of. Like for example, age. Studies have found out that more men have stroke more than women, but the severity of stroke is worse in women. You understand?
Those that give birth.
Yeah.
So
we found out that each risk factor is important. So we work towards to make sure that if we identify any of these risk factors early, we can control it. I don't want to bug people with the medical definition of stroke. That's not the purpose.
It's fine.
That's not the purpose.
Stroke, sudden happening.
So quickly, some people say it doesn't have age. It can occur to anybody, because we've seen young men who are agile and let's say, that guy has stroke. As against when we used to get that it's strictly for the
aged.
Okay,
why is that disparity?
Okay, so that's a very good question. And when we say something is common in elderly, that does not mean that it cannot occur. If you look at our environment now, there are lots of activities that people are engaging that is unsafe for their health. Now, I can also tell you that many of the young people, they are more westernized than even the older people. They eat a lot of junks. And you see, some of all these junk lead to obesity. And obesity is a strong risk factor for stroke. That's number one. Number two is that for the fact that somebody has a stroke in the family, it also puts you at risk of stroke. Therefore, you need to keep checking your body regularly. If your car has had an accident before, you will not drive your car without consciousness compared to somebody that bought a new car from the factory. If you are traveling, you must make sure that I've repaired this car before. I need to check the engine, I need to check everything compared to somebody who just bought a new car. So that is what it meant by family history. Number three, if you go around some nooks and corners of this Asaba, you see our young people smoking, taking all manners of drugs. These drugs stiffen the vessel in the brain. Over time, this vessel can either get blocked or burst. You understand? These are the things that can lead to stroke in the young people. The last one, which I also, there are many, but let me just say this, is that many of our young people now, they do not place priority on rest.
On rest.
They are working round the clock. Either they're on their brain phone doing something, you are engaging in your brain, releasing those chemicals that are not helpful. Those chemicals are actually meant for you to withstand some unplanned stress, not for you to be sustained in that lifestyle. Many of them don't sleep at night. Many of them, they are the clock. When the old people, they are conscious, they are sleeping. So these are the reasons why, as we speak now, the incidence of stroke in elderly is almost equal to the one in the young age now. And unfortunately, the younger age group tend to have more of the worst type of stroke, which we medically call hemorrhagic, because many of them have hypertension from all this substance abuse. And we are also using this platform to discourage those who live on this road. It does not do any good, or rather, it do a lot of harm for them.
Okay. Yes, you've spoken quite well from the surface of the physical. I want us now to go spiritual. On that too. There are people say there are different types of treatment. You have the orthodox treatment and the unorthodox treatment. But they tend to go for the unorthodox because say the orthodox takes longer time as compared to, I don't know, as medicals, I don't know.
Or traditional and taking herbal.
You would want to say yes.
What I want to say is that's why we're here.
Yeah, right.
Most people do that because of information that are properly guided. But when people know, like I said that, though the event is sudden, an emergency, but this leading to it has been there. No. The essence why we are here is to let us put hands together and let people know this risk factor early and try to prevent it. As we are speaking now, in abroad, they've already reversing the trend. But in Africa, we're still having problems. For the main reason of what you just said. You understand? So the more we bring the advocacy to different platforms, even in the church and all that. I've been called to, give a talk in the church. So we found out that some pastors have died while preaching because of stroke. That means even some of them are in the TV while they are preaching, because they don't have this information. When they have this information, work on the risk factor, the likelihood that, like I did say, that stroke is the second leading cause of death, but it's highly preventable. Yes, if you undergo the lifestyle modification, lifestyle changes, the likelihood that individual will not get a death stroke. So I think that is the reason why we are here. That we are not saying that spiritually that God cannot heal. No, we are not. That's not what we are saying. But God has also given us this knowledge, to help us, because even the Africans, all of us are highly spiritual, but yet the figures are high, and the burden of stroke in this part of the world compared to elsewhere.
So I don't know if it's a myth or a fact that if someone has suffered stroke before, there's a deformity. Maybe the hand is deformed, or the leg, or the face is turned backwards. So I don't know if that's a myth or a fact.
So thank you.
And how can it be corrected?
Okay, very good question. Let me just quickly respond to that. Like the analogy we usually use for lay people to understand is stroke is simply a problem with the flow of blood inside a network of pipe. That's the layman's definition of stroke. It therefore means that two things can happen to the pipe. The pipe can burst and it can block. The totality of what we do is a function of the brain. And it is the part of the brain that is affected that determines what you manifest with. Now, when a patient develops stroke, we always advocate time is brain. The earlier you present to the hospital, the likelihood that we can help you in reestablishing the flow of blood. Now, seeking unorthodox method of treatment has done more harm than good, because if there is a blockage at one spot, it can expand. Do you understand? So what happens is that once a patient develops stroke, our first objective as a doctor is to delay the progression. So if the person has a face weakness, arm that is weak, the first is not to correct that point, that problem at that point, is to make sure that this thing does not progressively worsen. Because initially you may start with just weak hand. Before you know it, patient will not be able to lift the hand at all. And before you know it, patient can lose consciousness. And that is why the head of the unit have said, what we do is not to start focusing on what has happened at that point. We try to first of all prevent the worsening, then go back to the event that led to the stroke. Because that event is what can make that stroke worsen for that person. Correct that event. Now we have a lot of stroke patients who have also come, and today they are working.
They're working well.
Working well. So if you go out to seek other form of treatment, by the time you present, damage has been complete. So what are we also trying to advocate today? We are also trying to train other healthcare workers, because that is where we can help people outside, because we can't do it alone as neurologists. So what we are taking it out for is that we want to start training other doctors, healthcare workers, down to the nurses, for them to know how to recognize stroke, what to do. Because if you have a doctor that now advises you that I cannot manage, seek spiritual, of course you will say that the doctor cannot manage, but that is not completely true. So we have also recognized that gap, that many of all these health workers does not even know what to say when someone develops stroke, how to recognize it and what to do. And we're trying to fill up that gap.
That's interesting.
That's quite
It's good. So when you're having symptoms, I don't know,
Okay,
or
so
signs, if you're so what kind of signs should you?
I think it's
Yes.
important.
Yes. Please.
Okay, so for our audience, if you have biro and paper, just take down this. We call it
Very
be
important.
fast. Be fast.
Be fast.
BEFAST. That is what we're encouraging you to write down. The B stands for balance. When you notice that somebody in the market or place of work all of a sudden starts staggering, please rush to the hospital. Don't say maybe he's drunk or he's hungry or the enemy has struck. But Mama Nkechi is the one after her. That is number one. The E is for the eye. Somebody just screamed, I cannot see again. The person saw when he was leaving the house, all of a sudden the person is telling that I cannot see. Please and please rush to the hospital. The F stands for the face. You look at somebody's face and you notice that the face is drifting to one side. As we are telling that person, please drag that person to the hospital. The A stands for arm. Your arm. All of a sudden, the person wants to carry something and you notice that this hand is looking weak. Please, don't rush to the pharmacist to go and buy drugs. Take the person to the hospital immediately. S is speech. If you notice that the person can no longer talk clearly, or the person all of a sudden is now conversing out of point.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like now, you ask, what is your name? The person is telling you, I have not eaten. Does that make sense?
No.
So we've seen that a lot. Please and please rush that person to the hospital. Then the T is the golden aspect, which is the time. Time is brain. For all these things that you saw in that place, if you delay any minute, any seconds, you are going to affect the brain. So urgent, timely intervention is golden in the.
So what did you call these tips?
Be fast. Be fast.
Be fast. For stroke.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yaku. I would allow our new neurologist. I'm sure that aspect of medicine is a neurological.
Yeah, brain health.
Brain health, but not too many people actually go into that area. So rather want to do for GRC, some
Cardiology.
for children and all of that. So quickly, as we celebrate the team greater than stroke active channel, what are the plans for the event for today? Are you carrying out special roadshow, sensitization, medical outreach, and all of that? I want to the head of the units now to respond quickly as well.
Okay, actually, yesterday we started the hospital, so we have had sensitization like we are doing today. Okay, we are in the clinic to move around with the head talk. I ask which question and answer and all that. We have certain that today now we are here to educate the data community. Okay, and when we go back here, we'll continue in the hospital.
Okay. So apart from continue from the hospital, is it a one-day activity, or you're going to do it like a week-long activity, or from now till October 29 again, the campaign will be on?
Okay.
We actually started
Yes.
something like that. Maybe
We hope to
Training.
we hope to get more support. Do you understand? It's something that we have a plan that we want to make it 1 week event.
Okay.
Ordinarily it's 1 day event, but we
Yeah.
started yesterday because, like what you already said, what we plan to do is that going forward we need to break the gap by going to marketplaces, people that don't even have access to this health information. If we can go to all those villages. So we appreciate if we want anybody that want to partner to see how to, you want us to reach out to people in your community to give them health talk, if possible to do some basic screening. Yes, you can reach out to us. We'll be glad to bridge that gap.
I want to add, just like he started, but I will add anything. We actually went to do training of healthcare workers. You know,
For free,
well, for free.
but sponsored by someone.
Yes, for free, so that people will now recognize how to manage it.
How about your patients? I mean, like maybe the ones in the hospital, even the ones that are not your
Even part of-
direct patients. Do you have plans talking to them?
Okay, so yes, what we do is that, like our patients, we've been talking to them. So today now we have the good news is that FMC has have what we call acute stroke units, where it's a special ward for acute intervention. But we also have other ward that has our stroke patient. So we give them those health talk. But of course, we are now focusing more on the caregivers of those that have disability, because it's very important, because this patient can be depressed. We also need to encourage the caregiver to know that you need to be patient to get the best out of these people, because it can be very frustrating when somebody activity of the daily living has been compromised. So we focus more on the caregiver, and like what the head of the unit has also said, that the training is not only looking at the people in the healthcare world, we're also looking at caregivers to give them training, so that if a patient also have a repeat stroke, you can recognize this is obtainable outside the country. We can do it here too.
Even as an individual,
Yes.
I can be trained.
Yes, you can be trained. So when the platform opens, soonest the training will be open, hopefully by next month. We're going to send the message and we're going to provide you for people to just register.
Volunteer.
I think that is novel, and novel in the sense that as Africans here, it's to your tent. Israel has obtained in civilized times, where you have caregivers who are also more like a support base to all of this. So on that note, I'd like to thank you so much.
Thank you
very
much.
I know I have to swap the time because I know you also have other activities lined up. So we'd like to thank Dr. Emmanuel Itsu, a consultant neurologist of Federal Medical Center, and head of the unit. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
And of course, Dr. Yusuf Yakub, a consultant neurologist. I'm sure the likes of Dr. Yusuf align the younger ones.
To thrive.
Well, they are more ICT based.
Yeah.
So it's like father-son relationship.
That's
Yes,
right.
So
yes.
that at
Kudos
least
to you, sir.
we say yes, we have not just left the space, we have also allowed the younger ones to also come and try.
Yes,
So I'd like to thank you so much for coming to speak on the World Stroke Day 2024 with the team greater than stroke active challenge. And it's just said it all by executive summary, the acronym Be Fast. So let that stick straight into your thinking. And this is where we drop the conversation this morning. Take a break. When we come back, another spot on Morning Watch. Jesus is a picture.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information. My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C, and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium, and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetable every day. And if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information.
What happens when greed meets desperation? How far would you go to get what you want?
Even my life is even on the line. So please, help me so that we can get out of this. Or how could you do this to me?
A gripping movie inspired by a true life story.
Maybe you could consider other options.
You think I've not done that?
Experience the twist, the betrayal, and the thrill that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Get ready for the movie. The Inside Enemy. The Inside Enemy dropping on Delta TV YouTube channel on November 1 at 9 p.m. prompt. Don't miss it.
Let's go! No.
Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go end? Bros, calm down. Calm down. I know say it be like say all of us the verse now. But more will not say any damage where we they cause now to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we they talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter where we get as our own, now where we go call our own again?
Now truth it all go. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wait till make us come dey fight now.
When see our guy dey talk so, it makes sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. When they fight, they prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want.
It takes peace to experience more.
Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Efe, you see, maintaining peace and security in Delta State remains a priority for the Governor Sheriff Oberewori-led administration.
It's clear for everyone to see that the Governor Sheriff-led administration is focused on promoting the well-being of all Deltans. Did you know that the Delta State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme currently caters to over 1,995,816 enrollees?
My God, no wonder Dr. Ifeanyi Swaza is said that Governor Sheriff is staying committed to delivering the more agenda to Deltans.
Yes, you can say that again. Are you aware that Governor Sheriff Oberewori's administration has also taken significant steps to ease land acquisition as a strategy to mitigate Nigerians as in deficits?
Governor Sheriff, very impressive. He's not just focusing on one area, maybe just health or peace and security. Is making sure that all areas experience the more agenda. Even when the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, inaugurated the completed Okpanami-Busa bypass, he said he was particularly impressed with the performances of Governor Oberewori in 1 year of his administration.
Of course, it is clear now that the Governor Sheriff Infrastructural Development is creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Ahead of a lady by the name Doris Uzo, who relocated her business to the bypass area, and she's doing very well.
Talking about the bypass, Governor Sheriff did a very good one there. The 5.3 kilometer road.
And 10.6 kilometer length of drain.
Yes. Coming from Wari now, I didn't need to drive through those distance Coca area. I just took this shortcut, you know.
Hey, you know what burn your fuel now? I know you. You get money, but you know what spend them.
Governor Sheriff don't do road. Make I still waste. Not be your fault. My Sheriff will do road for you. You don't see how now.
Governor Sheriff putting smiles on the faces of Deltans.
So we are very happy because our government is working so hard.
New Sheriff in town. He's doing very, very well in Delta State.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
still on to Morning Live, Tuesday's edition, and final of right. Earlier on, that we'll be looking at cyberspace, recently cyber security, and cloud. Doing justice to that conversation this morning. We have Maureen Chino here. Maureen, good morning.
Good morning, Maureen.
Good morning.
Welcome.
It's glad having you with us again today. And we're looking at this topic, the cybersecurity and cloud. Because I wouldn't say I was lost out, but I was almost lost out when I asked somebody what you study, and they said cybersecurity. I was like, is there a course like that? You know, I started getting excited and enthusiastic about wanting to know more, you know, and found out that yes, it's even more than that. You know, so when I was told that we're going to be on there this morning to talk about cyber security, I said, okay, beautiful. This is more, I know it's coming from the source itself.
Oh.
So can you just speak to that?
And just before she starts speaking, she's also the founder and DG Chinoye Smile Care Initiative. But you are not smiling this month. So I'm wondering.
No, she has been smiling.
You are a DG of smiles.
She has been smiling. You know, first of all, when we had to appeal to her to take over her space,
yes,
she was all smiles. And she's also a household.
Yes.
You know, because eventually,
she's family.
Yes, she's family. So, Chino, speak to that quickly.
All right, thank you for having me. Good morning, viewers. Once again, my name is Maureen Chinoya Chubwe. I'm the founder of Chinoya Smile Care Initiative. And I'm seated here on behalf of my organization, basically. This is a globally recognized cybersecurity awareness month. And then on behalf of my organization, we as an NGO, more particular because I sometime this year fell victim of our good men cybercrime activities and all of that. So we took it upon ourselves to carry out this cybersecurity awareness campaign this month as much as we can, going to churches, pushing our media campaign via the social media spaces, visiting media houses, just like I am here to talk about in the most lightest measures the basic knowledge people should have as regards to the prevailing cybercrime activities going on in our time and the possible measures, the knowledge people should have in view to safeguarding themselves. So yeah, cybersecurity in its clear term of explanation is the training or the study of how to secure our network, databases, IoTs, either from cyber attacks or what we call unauthorized access. Now, the word IoT itself, I know it looks kind of very
sounding
foreign, but then IoT is just like your electronic smartphone device, the ATM machine you go to use, the POS machine you patronize every day in the street.
Yeah,
those are all IoTs. The computer systems.
What's IoT?
Internet of Things.
Internet of
Anything
Things.
that has access to the internet that you need an internet service to leverage.
So my phone is an IoT.
Yeah, it's an IoT device. These are all IoTs. Now, looking at the criticality and the high rise of cybercrime in our time today, these are the major devices, major mediums through which our good men, that's the language I use for them,
really?
Our good men are prevailing, in quotes,
yes.
Our good men are prevailing on to carry out their various cyber attacks on the individuals who do not even understand what cyber attack is all about. So it's more about the prevailing on the ignorance of people, just like you said. Is there a course like cybersecurity? Yes. These are courses people go to study in school for years, but because of our country, Nigeria, we really haven't had our own speed up to technology. We really haven't our own speed up to what the global world is all about. So we are at a point now globally, gradually trying to up our pace to see that yes, we get there. Like I studied computer science in school, Delta State Polytechnic of Washuku. That's why I graduated 2006. I studied computer science. But right from when I was still an undergraduate, I already knew I'm going to find my course and path in cybersecurity. Right from way back 2015, 2016, I already knew that's a path I want to follow in computing. But then I needed someone to guide me, so it took me way longer to be able to find that clarity of the path I want to follow on. And presently, I'm undergoing a professional diploma in cybersecurity with Base University, Abuja. And then I'm also currently being trained by the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Technology under their 3MTT program, where they're also, cybersecurity is one of the courses they are training Nigerians on in view to having an enhanced system of digital skills being attained by both graduates and undergraduates to ensure we have people who are gaining that hands-on knowledge they need to be able to compete with the global world job market demand. So I don't know if you're going to ask me because I should just go on and on.
Okay, I was to ask you, just as a rider to that, with the background that you have.
Yes.
You said when you took off the conversation that you had an experience, and I just could imagine
what that is like.
That
yes, I would. Well, okay, yeah. So definitely, because it's the bedrock of every teaching, every interview, anywhere I go to talk about this cybersecurity. It's a prevailing threat that the state government needs to know. I have been talking about so many areas that the government needs to up their game, sit up and ensure that we are really leading for the people who voted us in there. Now, February this year, I had a course to sit for an online exam. As a matter of fact, it was like a preliminary exam that will onboard me into the full study on the scholarship program with Base University that I needed to write. And a night before the day I was to sit for the exam, my system developed some fault. I was studying around the table and somehow water poured into it. So I had to take it up for repair the next day morning. It required changing of screen and all of that. I paid money. I said, okay, go ahead and do this. And as at then, I had less than 2 days to the end of the exam. So I thought, okay, while this is up for repairs, let me patronize a cyber cafe for my exam. And so, yeah, I had to get into a cyber cafe around Nebisi Road, just by Interbois in Asaba here. And quite unfortunate, their operation was so good without track, like they operated without a trace, that if not that I am tech inclined, I really would not have been able to have a hold on the track of where their operation came from. They had what they call keylog filer software installed in the system that I used.
Keylog what?
Keylog filer software is a malware attack they had in the system. And their operation was from the back end.
Okay.
That software was installed into the system, linked to a mobile device. So whenever you log in your details, it takes that keylog malware software in the system. It takes your keystrokes. So at the time you are putting in your details in the system, your details is now being registered in another device. So that's the mechanism they played on me. So while I was writing exam at the front end, they were resetting my email account at the back end. So they generated security code, authorized Google to sign in my device into my email into another device without asking for password. Now they reset my two-factor authentication code, and so terminologies and all of that they did out, and then with those code generated, they also logged in the device from the one unidentified name. They logged it into another Infinix device, something. And I finished my exam. I went home. I had no clue. Though there was some sort of network disruption along the line, but you know, of course, Nigeria that we are network disruption and instability is something we face every day. So I didn't quite think deep into that, but quite unfortunate, the network disruption that happened. They told me it was a network challenge, and the staff who attended to me clicked on sign out all accounts. But quite unfortunate, my account was not logged out, or is it the word sign out that I will use? That was just a trick on me to say it's network. You know, so I went back home, slept, I had my full time. Remember, I had no clue of something going on. But I woke up the next day morning. That incident happened precisely 27th of February. So I woke up 28th of February to 3 SMS alerts, 4 SMS alerts from my bank, Zenith Bank. They initiated fund transfer from my account with the use of OTP, soft token. You know, so when I woke up, the money that left my account first wasn't my concern. My concern was more of how did soft token get paid in my account? Because I do not operate soft token in that very account the action took place on. I have a hard token for the account which I operate. I do not have a soft token. So how did the bank who authorized Zenith Bank to enable soft token in my account? That was the first thing that rang on my head. My mom was around. I quickly stood up. I said, Mommy, I need to go to the bank. Money is leaving my account. I don't know how soon they're going to deduct more, you know. So I quickly rushed to the bank. I lodged my complaint to the customer care personnel, and they said, okay, let them debit freeze the account immediately. So I said, okay, let me withdraw some funds I may need before you carry out the debit freeze. And she checked and said the money left my account in Zenith Bank to a PalmPay account in my name. I told her, but I don't have a PalmPay account. I don't patronize those online banking systems. I don't patronize them. And it felt more like an argument between I and the customer care personnel. I requested to speak to somebody else because my concern was who authorized your bank to pair soft token in my account? Because I showed that this is my hard token. This is a private account. I have another bank account with Zenith Bank that I use ATM card on, and I also use soft token on. So because to use soft token you may need USSD. That other account I also use USSD operation. So I have two accounts with your bank. One, I enable soft token, USSD, and the rest. But this particular one is my private account. How did this happen? It felt like an argument between I and the customer care personnel. So I requested to speak with somebody else. I went up, I spoke with the heads of operation. They asked that I write a letter to their IT department so they investigate. I wrote my letter, I left. Well, to cut the long story short, please, I got home, I began to troubleshoot. In computing, there's what we call last operation carried out. I began to troubleshoot within me. What happened? What's the last operation I carried out? Where did this loophole come from? I know how careful and security-wise a person I am. I thought, and then something said to me, check your email alert first. Have you checked? I went on to check my email alert. I discovered that the whole SMS I received linked to that fraudulent unauthorized debit in my account. It's not showing in my email. But the last transaction I made in the bank before the debit freeze my account was showing. That was the first eyebrow I got. I said, okay, something is fishy. This thing I'm telling you was midnight of 28th. I'm 29th February. This thing I'm telling you was happening around 2 to 3 p.m. I was awake. To tell you how trouble I needed to. What happened? Like how did?
Okay, so when let's fast track this. Like, so when you now found out, did you confront?
Yeah, I found out that it was why in that cafe those compromises took place. As I reported at the station because there is an identity theft already. Maybe they've carried out had other transactions with my email, which they also deleted to leave no trace. I reported at A Division Police Station
they
and
picked them?
they picked them, but the A Division Police people tried to make a mess of the case. When I saw their handwriting, as a matter of fact, the owner of the cyber cafe refused to show up at the station. Big man. Rather, they were trying to oppress me. Relative of the staff arrested tried to beat me up at the station. Bobo Tigbo, long story short, I reached out to my lawyer friend and said, please, I need to call for a transfer of this case to the headquarter. We put the transfer to the headquarter for proper investigation to be done. Guess what? The man also, after he was called, they were called at A Division to move them over to headquarter for the case transfer. He also went ahead and petitioned me. And they called me to come to the station the day his petition was out so that they can detain me. But earlier I had already done my own part with the police, so they came, they picked them up. And when we were back from search warrant that the police went for, in my presence, the department they handed the man's petition came asking the man handing my own petition to hand me over to them. Oh yeah. So now you see why I had said.
So what happened? It met
the case is still on. It's still on till date.
Since February.
Since February this year, Zenith Bank has refused to give the police the basic informations they need to carry out the proper investigation. Oh, away from that, I forgot to tell you, while I was busy dragging my device with them that midnight, they realized I'm aware my email is hacked. I was trying to reset. They too were working that same midnight. From their end, they initiated factory reset of my phone.
They resetted your phone?
They were faster than me because that's what I could have also done.
Oh.
I know how to do it, but they were faster than me.
Okay, so how do we now? Because you are a cybersecurity expert. And
I'm still training.
You're still, yes, you're still on the going job, but you have a clue of what was happening. But for someone who doesn't have a clue what's happening, how do you now identify such
now the thing is
such fraudulent activities?
Such fraudulent activities can come untraceable. It can come also leaving trace for someone who has knowledge of tech, just like myself, as I mentioned. But what our campaign is focused on is bringing all of these technicalities being used by these people to the fore, so that when more people are informed about how this art is being carried out, people will better know how to safeguard themselves. So now, looking at the further aspect of this cybersecurity awareness and cyber crime threat, there is something I do which is giving a landmark of what needs to be known and what needs to be done. First of all, what are the causes of high rise of cybercrime in Nigeria? Do you understand? We've done our findings. From my NGO, we've encountered teenagers. Teenagers, I'm not talking of adults, who want to go to school, but their parents rather want them to go to where they call HK.
What's even HK?
Hustler's Kingdom. Where they teach these boys the techniques and mechanisms of how to be able to carry out these cyber crime activities.
They killed one in Bonsai recently.
Now, that is a challenge that as a country, as a state, as a nation, we need to wake up and say, what do we do? Poor parental role is one of the key leading factors of cybercrime. Secondly, poor educational system in Nigeria. We must agree that there is so much, our educational system is in a very porous state. We cannot deny that fact. And accepting it as a situation that we are, and then thinking critically, how do we address them, is one of the best ways we can be able to ensure as an adaptable measure towards curbing. First, I said to people everywhere I've been to, gone are the days where having a certificate is what you need to go into the labor market.
I agree.
Before, all people needed to get a job was NCE,
go to school,
OND. BSc was not even so common.
No.
Many people then teaching job, NCE.
NCE.
But now, even with your BSc, you are begging for job.
Even with your masters.
We are crying that we don't have a job. But the question is it the certificate that the labor market is asking for?
That's it.
There is a language that the labor market is speaking today. And one of that language is, what digital skill do you have to enhance your certificate?
I agree.
I studied computer science. Now I am training on cybersecurity and cloud computing.
I am having a skill that in the global world is needed in computing.
And is recognized.
And is recognized to be able to help me earn a place. Now, we have to come to the stand where this skill acquisition shouldn't only be left till one graduates from the university or the higher institution of learning. I left school and it took me about 5 years before I could find my path.
Oh.
And I had to get a mentor. Because the digital world is very wide. You can't just wake up and begin to navigate the space. You need someone who's already there to guide you. Do you understand? Right. It took me. I was following the man for a long time. I wouldn't want to call his name for reasons, but if he hears me say this, he knows he's the one I'm talking about. And this now brings me to the social space that we are today. Who are you?
Okay, so before we get there, maybe that would be a final point. Let's talk about. So I want us to drive this conversation home. Okay. We are an organization, an establishment, for instance, DBS. What do you think? What should we look at for in terms of cyber security as an organization?
As
and
an
how are we going to work towards it?
As an organization, what you need to work towards is bring your people together and give them awareness on various cyber threats.
We are not banks.
Education. Yes, you don't have to be bank. Anybody can carry out identity theft on your MD. Your MD email can be prevailed on. If it's not hacked, good boys can create an email that looks like his own email. Do you understand? Pretend to be him or her, and then send a mail to all the staff saying we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do that. Please click on this link. You click on the link, automatically a virus is installed into your system, and with that virus getting into your phone, fileless malware can be installed. It goes straight into your hard disk, untraceable by you. And for that, automatically they have dual access to your phone and they can get whatever device.
Okay, now
so
clicking on links.
So as an organization, one of the basic ways both organizations and non-organizations can do to ensure they safeguard themselves on cybercrime threat is organize a cyber awareness training for your organization, telling them some of these prevailing threat factors and actors that I'm saying. And then again, ensure that as individual or as staffs, you people have your phone set up all social media accounts that you have two-factor authentication code set up on it, and then you can go ahead like me to further set up multi-factor authentication. So with multi-factor authentication, it needs you to be able to authorize a thing before it goes on. And then again, there's something they call in cybersecurity role-based control, access control. There should be a role-based access control for everything that is done in an organization. Everybody shouldn't just have access to role 1 to 10, giving room for SSEs. For example, the people who are in charge of your banking activities, they should have a system exclusively for them, a language that they understand. As staffs, you want to do some certain things that you do not want the public to have knowledge of, because their knowledge of that thing will sell out a basic information that can be used to defraud you people. Ensure that you do that with the use of encryption. You're sending out a mail that's going to pass through a network. The database should be encrypted. That's deep, actually.
It's deep, this is not
you
what
encrypt it.
You
send it out.
In just this minute.
That is the receiver. We have
need a
the
lot
code.
to learn.
So when you receive it, it's only you who have the code
that can
be able to open it.
That's the meaning of encryption.
Yes, data encryption. That should be done. Then secondly, for our viewers and because like I have said, Nigeria, we have more than 99% of our citizens who are living below average. We have students in school who can't even afford the basic sense of common act of living. How much more being able to afford a laptop system for themselves. So these kids have need to access public cyberspaces for one exam, one research, or the other. What I have said to people is ensure you have double email addresses and double email accounts. One for your banking purposes only, exclusively for your banking purposes. Another one for for your social usages. If when I patronized that cyber cafe, my email was not, I signed into their system, or what was not my same email I use for my banking purposes, they wouldn't have been able to break into my bank to have access to my. And then this now comes to the aspect of the government. We have policies, but how effective are our policies? How many states in this tech age that we are have policies on cyber security that is functional and enacted? Just like we have the road safety personnel who goes on the road to check vehicles have their particulars intact, tires are not expired, and drivers are using them to ply the road. Do we have system in place that checks that at least all cyber cafes operating in the cities are operating within the measures of security expectation that will ensure the safety of the citizens? I've done my research since I began following up on my case, and I discovered that in Delta State we do not have a law on cybersecurity.
Okay, I will drop it there.
Yeah.
Because the conversation is just getting interesting.
Oh my God.
And so what we'll do, Maureen,
yes, sir.
This is just the part one of the discussion.
Part one.
We'll have a part two.
That's right.
I think we'll do a close on this for next week.
Okay.
I'll be such a delight because we've also gone through a few experiences. Somebody becomes like a woman, tells you, I want you to be my friend, are you married? Where is the guy? If you ask that question, he black spots you. To say you are his cow. We'll get to that next week.
Okay.
We'll look at all of that together because I got lost at the pond. I knew that I really needed to properly educated and informed. And also, this thing here, but it's not good for us to just wrap it up
in one.
Look out for next edition.
Right.
So watch out for next week, hopefully.
We'd like to have you again next week.
That would be good.
So this is where we drop it for today. The ride is already time.
That's right.
So if we'll be speaking with Chino here.
Yes, Chino.
Co-founder of
Chino Smiles Initiative.
She will speak on next week.
Definitely.
So that good.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been a jolly ride. We appreciate you for watching us today. Continue to watch our programs, and next week I will come back, God willing, on behalf of everyone who's made this thick. The presentation director for Malmo Joba, and of course James and Uche Uche. I say thank you for riding. My name is Ife Osita. I'll see you next week Tuesday.
My name is Adama Chano. God bless us.